to me, you don't round if you wanna. Round if you wanna.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start by running the option to the right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
A quick throw here out to Brown. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing is Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually. Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Cousins gives way to Cook.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins now. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Vikings 7, Cardinals nothing.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Jeremy Chin there defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
The Vikings at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. They come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. From the 16, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The drive will start with Connor. And he's got some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Right back to Connor here on first. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 44, Murray. And this will be swung out here for Connor. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Connor on the read option. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And the tackle that time by James Lynch.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This will be caught by Brown. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 to 39. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They get this out quickly to the left side. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Minnesota. 57 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he is out of bounds here on the return. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 35 on 2nd down. Murray, he's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A final shot before half for Murray. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Cine.
He's at the 40, 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And it is now 21-0. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gotw, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Play action now. Cousins escaping the pressure right.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Vikings.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and it is 28-0.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And he is out of bounds here on the return. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Eric Kendricks charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. And complete to Zach Ertz.
And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now Anderson on the jet sweep. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Murray. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Gotw now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Cousins. Flush to his right.
Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin puts it off, and they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Now Prater to add the PAT. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
The score, Vikings 28, Cardinals 14.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Gotw now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play fake. Cousins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
From the 41, Cousins. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 21 yards. Up the middle, it's Cook. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Cook again. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw is Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hawkinson, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Lucy. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 50 yards.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Vikings are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Moore, the man in motion. Throwing on second and long. Murray, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Following a good run by Cook. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Joseph on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing, and partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Throwing now is Murray. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by who else? The former Cardinal, Patrick Peterson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
They're hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this run of interceptions and great